What is Glean? Glean is a digital asset manager. It manages your raw images, TIFF images, JPEG images. It is similar to iMatch or Photomechanic Plus. Um, if you're a Lightroom user or a Capture One user, the catalog management part of it. How is this different? For one of the big problems I have is my images are distributed across 4 disks, and those disks are not always connected to my computer. When I create the catalog, I want to be able to connect my disk and create the catalog, index it, create keywords, and so on. And once I remove it, I want the catalog to work even though the disk is gone. And this is where Photo Mechanic Plus does a really good job. Glean is built that way. It is meant to be your catalog even when the source disks go away. It does it by creating proxies for your images. And what you're seeing are thumbnails made from those proxies. That's one. And the second, this image management catalog has a lot of AI features built in that allow you to do automatic tagging. It allows you to do advanced natural language search. It also allows you to do find duplicates, which I'll show you in a second, right? The when you start, no, there is no catalog. A default catalog called Glean catalog is created. You can create more than one catalog from the catalog management menu, as I showed there, hitting the new catalog. You can do all of that. Uh, you can import photographs. You can either choose files or you can choose a folder. In this case, I'm going to choose, certain files for the, you know, so that this moves really quickly. And as you're importing photos, there are a few things. You can either copy them to the catalog or reference them in place. I want to reference them in place. I don't want them to be copied or moved anywhere. And you can apply certain IPTC metadata as you're importing it. For instance, I'm going to say the creator as Anand's photography, and then I import. When I import, I know that these were taken in the Dolomites. So when I import, these photos get added to the catalog. All the IPTC tags and the EXIF information for the camera, all of that gets imported here. And like with any catalog software, you can quickly rate these pictures. This is a 1 star by hitting the keyboard shortcuts. If you hit the question mark, it shows you all the keyboard shortcuts. You can also rate and have color coded images. You can do quick tags by hitting the T button. And I mean, you do all of this, and then there is advanced search capabilities. You can open the advanced search capabilities, and now you can say for, show me all the photos of ratings between 1 and 5. You can choose exact ratings, or you can choose a rating range. For instance, I want to choose photos that were rated between 1 and 2. You'll get those photos, can clear the search. So this is where things start to get really interesting. This has a lot of bells and lots of bells and whistles here, right? So before we start doing any of this, those of you who have seen my Lightroom plugin, you know that you can automatically tag these photos using AI. But before you do that, you have to open the settings um, dialog box and configure what AI provider you want to use. I highly recommend all of these are fine. Olama, you're going to run the A engine locally on your computer. Gemini or OpenAI, these are really inexpensive. For instance, 1,000 pictures costs, less than like a few cents, 50 cents or so. You can do that. As before, in my Lightroom plugin, I'm a landscape photographer. I load the travel and landscape, um, the prompt, the custom prompt that tells the AI how I want this to be, how I want this to be tagged. Do all of this, save it. One of the other things that the software needs to work are a couple of dependencies that have to be installed. One is the EXIF tool. When you install the software, you basically have to install EXIF tool. This gives you instructions on how to install EXIF tool. I'll have to figure out how this works. And second, I use another semantic image similarity called clip model. There is information how to install the clip model as well. If you don't install the clip model, then basically it falls back to the Apple Vision framework for creating advanced algorithms. You can, if you install the clip model, that's one approach. You can try with and without, both works. So I've selected three pictures. The selection is default. Hold down the shift key for additional command or shift key to select one or more pictures. And then you hit AI tag. It's going to quickly tag these images. Let's give it a minute. So you can review the results. It figured out this is the, um, right? Yeah, just to apply all, it saves all the information. You can close it. Now, this is where things start to get interesting. Go here. You can now search for photos taken in Venice with a focal length of 24 millimeter to 45 millimeter at f8 or faster, and hit the AI button here. Let's see what it does. When you hit the AI button, it kind of parses your intent and it says 24 millimeter to 45 millimeter, f1.4 to f8. Yeah, interesting. Why did that happen? We asked for photographs between 24 millimeter and 50 millimeter. I don't know why this is. Let's hit the clear search. Let's see. I know that we imported three pictures. This may be an interesting thing. I gotta fix this thing. Let's look at, I shot it with the 14-24 millimeter lens. Let's adjust. Let's make sure this works. Photos taken in Venice between 14 millimeter and 25 mil and 30 millimeter, between f1.4 to f8. Let's see what it does. This should populate 14 millimeter to 30 millimeter. Let's see if this works. Yep, it found these three photos. As you can see, when you double click on a picture, I'll fix this UI glitch. But basically, it brings um, a preview window. In the preview window, you can see all the details, the EXIF information, the IPTC information. There are also ways to compare images. You can compare two similar images. I'll get to it in a minute. You can compare two similar images in the preview window, and then you can navigate through. If you're using these for culling images, you can do that. All of that features are built in from the preview window. You can clear your search at any point in time. But before I clear, let me do this one more time. Photos taken in Venice between 14 millimeter and 25 millimeter. You know how it works. But basically, one of the things you can do is you can save it as a smart selection. You have all kinds of other filters that you can play with. And I can say test three. I hit save, search, and all the saved selections come here. If you look at what the saved selections are, it's basically you're saving your search criteria. And at any point in time, you can basically go and search. Yeah, based on what you search, it'll rerun your search as if you did it just now. That's one. Then there are a few things. You can do all kinds of destructive operations or operations on these. You can do a queue copy, queue move, queue delete. You can queue a bunch of changes. You can say queue delete. It gets added to a background queue, and then you can hit start, and then it'll delete or do whatever batch operations in the background process. That's one thing that you can do. Then we talked about AI tagging, we talked about natural language search, then we talk about duplicate management. You can actually uh, very powerfully identify all the duplicates in your catalog, right? So if I look at this catalog, I want to find out if there are many duplicates. Sometimes I take similar photos and then I want to find out how many duplicates there are. So you hit duplicate management and you say start detection. This takes a while. So I'm going to hit start detection and this will start detecting duplicates. And then we will give it some time. Yeah, the duplicate detection algorithm finish. But before we started, I should have shown you the inside the duplicate detection, there's a settings button. I would start with the conservative mode. You can adjust, you can look at um, what are the options. Semantic detection clip, you need to do the software installation I told you about. If not, it falls back to Apple Vision, which does perceptual hashing. Don't worry about all of it, just try it. And then once it is done, like 100 images here, it found seven total duplicates. You can hit view all or go to the duplicate groups here. You can adjust the filters to see. Basically, this usually the way duplicate algorithms work, or they compare the files as they are, as in they do what is called a checksum comparison. Unless it is the exact same file, the duplicate algorithms generally fail. This uses AI. This algorithm uses AI. It looks at visual cues and it finds images that are nearly close to each other. Like these three are obviously three different, two different images, but basically this is one image and these two are similar images. It can figure out based on how the image looks. Like, and what do you do with this? You can do one of three things. You can basically say, this is where you have to be a little bit careful. Keep best quality and delete others. The algorithm kind of determines what is the best. Like in this case, there are two. It kind of determines what is best. So you can say keep best quality, delete others. It'll hit go. It'll ask you for confirmation, right? It'll mark them as deletion in the database. Just say delete. The file should not be deleted. But again, this is why it's beta software. Make sure you work on a copy of the photos. So in this case, you can say, you know what? I need all these three photos. Just say mark as not duplicate. It goes away. So there are options here. You should experiment with this and figure out the settings that actually work for you. That's the duplicate detection. So we talked about AA tagging, which is in this button, and then we talked about free-form natural language query search. I can say photos taken with a Nikon lens with focal length less than 24 millimeters. Let's see what it does. Um, Focal length 24. I said less than 24 millimeters. Minimum. Oh, so this, look at this. This is a bug. I said less than 24 millimeters. It doesn't know that it should be 14 millimeters. So these are the things that I need to fix. And then it said the option to Nikon. So obviously this, I need to figure out what is going on here. The lens model Nikon did not work. Let me go back here and see if the uh, thing is Nikkar. Yeah. So yeah, the lenses come with the Nikkar and not Nikon, and that's why that didn't work. But basically, play around with this, play around with natural language search, play around with AI tagging. With the AI tagging, I had one image selected. I let it finish. Review results, apply to all. With the AI tagging, you can play around with different algorithms. Gemini, OpenAI, you should get a token key, install the dependencies. You can try AI tagging, do the natural language search, look at the duplicate detection, and then do any of these standard catalog management stuff. Like this is written in a language called Swift, which is native for Mac OS. This should scale for hundreds of thousands of images, but I haven't really tested it, and that's why it's in beta. Um, as we encounter performance issues as the catalog grows, I should be able to work on them and fix them. But this is where I need your help, testing Glean. You can also try creating new catalogs. For instance, I say new catalog, I say Venice, say create catalog. It switches to this, and then I can say import photos, choose folder. Pictures 2025. I think I was in Venice towards the end. Um, oh, they have already been added. Oh, folders. So just hit OK, copy reference in place. Edit metadata. I'm going to say Anand's photography. I'd say Venice. Say Italy. Import. Yeah, play around with this. Give me any and all feedback that you have if you find this useful at all. And then we'll see how far this goes. Thank you.